Okay, let's try this again. Share. Tweet. Okay, now did that work this time? Yes, okay. Hello. Okay, sorry for the delay. Apparently I had that last one set to private and I was like, why is nobody in here? And then I sent out my tweet and I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, it's set to private. So clearly I have no idea what I'm doing anymore when I miss a week. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Amber. I'm doing good. How about you? Hey, Smudge. Hey, Shanoa. Hey, Zombie. Hey, Vegan. Well, I couldn't get into this live to save my own life. Yeah, Vegan, I had the first tweet that I sent out set to private because clearly I have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, Cody. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, good. You got the notification. I'm glad notifications are working. Hey, caller. Hey, Chloe. I was getting worried when I couldn't find the video. Yeah, I had the first one set to private because apparently missing in 1 week of doing a live stream and I forget how to do it. And then I couldn't figure out how to share it because I obviously have no idea what I'm doing. Hey, Nana. No, Vegan, it was not you. It was all just me not knowing what I was doing. Yeah, because I was like sitting here and I'm like, why is nobody in here? And then I went and clicked on the link and I'm like, oh, it's to private because I didn't set it to public because I don't know what I'm doing. Hey, Natasha. I didn't get the notification, but I was waiting. Oh, thanks, Cody. You're like, I know he's supposed to be going live soon. I saw him tweet about it earlier, so hopefully he gets his act together and actually shows up this time. But thankfully, I actually got up at a decent time today. I got up like 9:30 in the morning, which is an amazing time for me because, it's way better than waking up at 7 or 8 p.m. like I have been. Hey, Kellyanne. I was stuck in a weird TikTok hole. I'm glad you started this. Oh, yeah. Apparently, I haven't really done much on TikTok, but I hear you can just get sucked into it super quick watching random things over and over again. I just shared the wrong video claiming it was you. Oh, oopsie, Smudge. Oh, well, it happens. Hey, Kelly. What's on the docket today? I really don't have much planned. I mean, what do you guys want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Chris Hansen interview? Did anybody besides me listen to the Keemstar podcast today? Is there anything that I missed that happened online? Let me know what you guys want to talk about, and we'll talk about it. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Jamie. No, Jamie, I literally just started like 3 minutes ago because I had my first video set to private and I was just sitting here by myself thinking everybody hated me because nobody was coming to the live. Okay, Smudge, good job fixing that. Hey, Nana. Yes, and there's so much drama on TikTok. Kellyanne, I haven't even started to look into the TikTok drama, but I believe, is it Spillsesh does a lot of TikTok drama coverage. I think T-Spill does a little bit too. I don't know. I don't need another platform for me to be like spending my time on. I'm going to spend enough time on Twitter as it is. Hey, Kate, how are you? Hey, Terrence. Did Keemstar already interview Jeffrey? Yes, Ashley. It was supposed to come out tomorrow, but he released it early and he put it out about like 3:30 today. 4:30? 3:30 or 4:30 today. So it's been out for a couple hours already. Hey, Bree, how are you? Hey, Quinby. Hey, Chantel. Excited I can finally catch it live. What was the Keemstar podcast about? Well, it talked about like a lot of different things. I mean, they did focus on like what's happening with Jeffree and Davi and that whole situation. Address some things that happened with him and James Charles and why he sent out the tweet that he did. So, and there's a lot of like weird random things in that podcast. So I don't know, like at least find like the one tweet that I wanted Chris Hansen to bring up and to address was the one where he said, I 100% saw like Davi doing these things, or we 100% saw Davi doing these things. That's the one tweet that I wanted Chris Hansen to address, and he never did. And that was the only tweet that Keemstar brought up because that was the one that everybody wanted addressed. So it's kind of weird that I think that even though the whole like podcast for them wasn't really about that whole situation, they kind of talked about everything, but Keemstar managed to address the one tweet that everybody was having the most issue with. So I find it weird that Keemstar did a better job. Plus live chat was so mean. Yeah, Tiffany, that live chat was just like, I don't know, it was just so much going on all at once. Oh, Kate, you were just sound asleep. Well, thanks for waking up to come join me. Hey, Tempest. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? I'm doing good. Just finished my math test. Oh, Caitlin, how'd you do? Do you think you did good? Is it worth watching? Courtney, are you talking about the interview with Jeffree and Keemstar, or are you talking about the podcast? Or sorry, the interview with Jeffree and Chris Hansen, or the podcast with Jeffree and Keemstar? Hey, Crystal, how's it going? Oh, thanks for the super chat, Cody. Yes, don't forget to like the live, guys. Thank you. Hey, Perry, how are you? Hey, Gundam. So what was Jeffree's answer? So according to what I can remember from the podcast, I think I'll probably end up doing a video on it just so, I can have like a follow-up to that one, because that's the one tweet that I wanted answered. He said that he put that out as far as like the tweet was that that's what he was being told behind the scenes about what was happening. And so when he said he put that out as a collective group of information that was being brought to him that he was being told, and he never saw it officially himself, according to what he said. I always set an alarm for this. Oh, Kate, you're the best. Yes, and thumbs up the live, everybody. Oh, thanks, Terrence. The podcast. Courtney, I actually like the podcast. Thankfully, like when people do podcasts, they tend to talk a little bit slower than they do in a video. So I actually listened to the podcast at times 2 speed, and I had no problem like keeping up with it at all. So I don't know. I thought it was thoroughly interesting. So I mean, we shall see what everybody else thinks, but I enjoyed it. I mean, if you have Spotify, that's the only way that I believe that you can listen to it. So since I already had Spotify, that's why I listened to it. I didn't buy a Spotify account to be able to listen to it. I already had it. So it's going well. Well, that's good, Crystal. What is your opinion on Jeffree? Perry, what do you mean? Like, there's so many different angles that you can go with that. You narrow it down a little bit about what you want to talk about. 70? Like a 70% or 70 out of 75? I don't know what you mean, Caitlin. Sorry. Do you think that these interviews and Jeffree's handling of the situation will impact his future launches? I honestly don't. I mean, people are going to either believe him and that he didn't see anything. People are going to always just say, nope, I don't trust you 100%. I never have, never will, and they'll never support him. And you have people that will sway one way or the other in the middle, but I don't feel like it's really going to affect any of his business or anything, unless something actually damaging comes out with like video proof or something. I don't know. I mean, but that's just my opinion. Do you accept that answer? Kellyanne, I kind of like believe that he's saying like, yes, like I was told this information because he did say the same thing in like the Chris Hansen thing that he said that he never saw anything himself. He saw inappropriate behavior, but he never saw like an actual illegal act taking place. And then he said the same thing on Keemstar's channel. Now, like I had people leaving comments underneath my other video that they said that Jesse at the time said that Jeffrey saw everything and that was the reason for the tweets. But then I also did see an interview recently where they said, well, I don't know exactly what everybody saw, so I wasn't inside their head. So I'm confused on how they could say at one point, this person saw 100% and I'm the reason they tweeted that out, and then turn around and then say, well, I don't know exactly what anybody saw, so I'm not sure. So again, you have like that inconsistency that, the same thing's happening with Jeffrey. He's saying one thing and people are like, well, your tweets are saying another. At the time Jesse was saying one thing and now they're saying another. So, I mean, it's a whole messy situation. I just hope that the thing that happens in this case is just that Davi gets his justice and goes to prison. Gotta run mom duties. I shall watch the replay. Oh, well, thanks for stopping in, Jamie. He'll come out smelling like roses. His products will still sell, in my honest opinion. Yeah, I agree, Bree. I mean, you're going to have the people who will support him no matter what. So, and then you'll have the people who will hate him no matter what. Watching Repzilla today, I think Damie, who pointed out Jeffrey, was careful to distance himself from saying he saw things outright, but admitted to circumstantial, careful not to lie. Yeah, Ashley, I can see that too. But I mean, if you have evidence, that is something that if you have actual evidence, that should be turned over to the cops. But the thing is that if somebody says something happened, but it's not to them, unless like the police go in and investigate and talk to that person and say, hey, this person told us that this happened. Is this what really happened? Unless you actually have a complaint by the actual victim, somebody could come out and say something about, something that happened to you all day long. But until the victim actually stands up and says, no, this is what happened, I agree, like this person was my witness, I mean, you don't have a case, honestly. Like, from what I understand anyways, my interpretation of the law is that you have to have the victim being able to come forward and stand up and say, yes, this is what happened. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I understand anyways. Hey, Sherry, how are you? Hey, Cheryl, I'm doing good. How about yourself? Hey, Alex, how's it going today? Everybody is a liar. Hilda, I don't think everybody is a liar. So why didn't Jeffrey not report even if he didn't see it? He should have said something. Yep, Crystal, and that's what I said in my last video too about like my response to that interview, is that even if you didn't see anything illegal, if you felt that this person was doing inappropriate behaviors with somebody, that is something that you should still report to the police. So then that way they do have a case file against this person started saying like, hey, you should definitely watch this person. I feel that something inappropriate is happening. I don't have proof, but here is what I have been seeing. And then, let them go from there. The only problem though, is that since this is a band and they're on tour, like until like there's a huge case against somebody, I doubt that all these like small cities or wherever that they're touring are going to be in contact with other cities, unless I guess, somebody could say, hey, like I've been in this city, reported something. I've been in this city, reported something. I've been in this city and I reported something. You're like the fifth city that I've had to report something to of this person doing inappropriate behavior. So you guys should definitely, keep an eye on this person. But I don't know. That's just my thoughts on everything. Hey, Courtney, how are you? Hey, Dev. Doing good. Well, that's awesome. Unless they are an outcry witness. Vegan, I'm not sure what that means. But again, I'm also not a lawyer, too. A lot better, honestly. Woke up are a lot better. Honestly, this whole Jeffree Star thing is everyone attacking everyone. That's very true. It's very true, Sherry. I'm not. I'm not really wearing a Pikachu. Wait, I'm not a Pikachu wearing a Deadpool. What, Terrence? I'm confused. Can circumstantial evidence like seeing kids alone or going to rooms tour bus be enough to convict him? Ashley, I don't think it can be, but again, that could also be, you know, like could be items that could help build your case. Like, okay, we have like 45 reports of him taking minors to a tour bus by them, by themselves, or to a hotel room by themselves. Like, it can establish like a pattern. And I mean, that's how I see it, anyways. I also find it crazy that J Star has had some shady life choices, and he just said that's the old me. He made a song called Straight Boys, and the song is so disturbing. Yeah, Tiffany, I mean, I can see where you're coming from, but also at the same time, if you listen to, certain music from that time, there's some things that are inappropriate. If you watch like older TV shows from that time, I had somebody recently who had never seen The Office, and I thought The Office was hilarious, and they were watching like the first season, and they're like, I can't watch this. This show is so inappropriate. There's so many like inappropriate, like racist comments in the show. How did this ever air? But I mean, that show is only like what, 10 years old, maybe 15 years old. And people are now starting to think like that show was completely inappropriate, and it's only been off the air for a few years. So I mean, times change quickly, and unfortunately, when you're in a medium such as entertainment and you do stuff like that, I mean, I feel like the times change a lot quicker in that aspect than they do anywhere else. Jeffrey Cabin Fever, a lot of it's building up. Sherry, online is the easiest outlet. That's true, Smudge. Okay, with his past tweet, I feel like he was so quick to just jump on the bandwagon because that's past Jeffrey. Because, like he said, he only saw inappropriate flirting. Hey, baby Sinclair. I do agree. No matter what, something should have been brought to the police attention when the situation was happening. Yeah, I totally agree, Kellyanne. I mean, it's something that you could use to help build a case or establish a pattern of behavior. Where'd that go? Honestly, I feel that Jeffrey knew more than he's willing to admit based on his past tweets. I mean, that could be Nana, but I mean, at this point, why still hide something? I mean, even if he was under some kind of NDA or something, I doubt that he wouldn't, like, Jeffrey would be able to pay his way out of it or break it. Like, go ahead and sue him, like, whatever. I mean, he's probably got some really good lawyers. It's better not to try to understand me. Okay, Terrence, I'll try not to understand you then. I listened to the podcast today. I was trying, but someone gave me timestamps for it. I can only stand small talk for so long. Sherry, I listened to it, so you can definitely like message me after this is over if you need to know anything. The tour bus wouldn't raise suspicion as much as the hotel room would. Yeah, I think so, and I think that's true, Vegan. I'm not pro Jeffrey yet, but I want to see Davi go to jail. Yeah, like Courtney, he needs to be in jail 100%. I feel like he saw the kids alone and drew the conclusions we all would. Sounded the alarm, was not well received, read the room and backed down, maybe. Actually, that could be true. All that matters at the end of the day is the predator goes to jail and the victims get justice. Yeah, I 100% agree, Crystal. 100%. Watch a movie from the 80s and date rate being popular movies. Exactly, Vegan. Yeah, like, I mean, and that's not that long ago. I mean, even, like I said, movies 10, 15, 20 years ago, a lot of them are highly inappropriate by today's standards, but they were like the best movies of the time back then. I was listening to the music from when I was in high school, and I was like, damn, my mom let me listen to this. Yeah, Kellyanne, I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm just going to remind people that it was relevant in all band tours sans Kenny Rogers type. What? Deb, I'm confused. Hey, Sam, how are you? Music was so different back then. Hey, Tangerine. Hey, Stephanie. Yes, but it just shows how two-faced he is because he tried to cancel James Charles for the exact same thing that he sung his songs about. I mean, but Tiffany, there's a difference about, singing songs about something and, tweeting about something, if it's true or not. And I'm not trying to defend Jeffree Star here, but let's just say, okay, somebody is, singing about like selling drugs or something along those lines, but they've never done it. Does that make it inappropriate? I mean, like, where do you draw the line? Like, can you only sing about things that you've actually done? I don't know. Just a random thought about that. I'm doing good, Stephanie. How are you? When I watch a video on 2 devices, do you get 2 views? Smudge, I'm not sure. I think it tracks the IP address. So if you're on like the same Wi-Fi or anything, I think it just counts as 1. I'm listening but playing games on the phone. Oh, it's okay, Brie. You don't need to look at me, especially with my hair. Like, it literally at this point looks like I'm just wearing a helmet. Everyone was so offensive back then. I just watched old reality shows. Everything people said would get someone canceled today. How do you hold them accountable to today's standards? Yeah, exactly, Ashley. Like, a lot, like, I mean, if you watch, like, again, my favorite shows like Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, stuff like that, those shows were all like super inappropriate. Like the first episode of Rock of Love, the girls were literally like taking their tops off, to, like, take pictures. Stuff like that would obviously get people canceled today because they'd be like, that's highly inappropriate, especially on, mainstream TV. Because, I mean, at that point in time, almost everybody carried MTV or VH1. I feel like he, wants to see more involved than he was, and the whole thing starts back up. Like when he said about JC and couldn't back it up, he backs up pedals. See, but Sarah, in this podcast I did with Keemstar, from what I understand, it sounds like he does have, he said that he could go off camera after the podcast is over and like play a message for somebody and be like, okay, now you tell me that you don't think that this is that kind of behavior. But he wouldn't like elaborate too much into it. So I don't know if there is like a lawsuit going on behind the scenes or something. I mean, that's my speculation, but he wouldn't go into it too like deep. But he's saying like, I have somebody who has sent me audio messages about everything that happened to them. So, and he reached out to James and he said, James, if you're listening to this, call me. I will play you this message about what this person said. So I don't know. Oh my God, I'm so far behind in the chat. I'm sorry. Watch on my laptop and comment on my phone. How else do you get emoji? Smudge, I do the same thing. I watch on my TV and I I'll listen on my TV and then I'll use my phone to comment. Thank you myself today for listening to that kind of music in middle school. Yeah, Caitlin, I listened to a lot of inappropriate stuff when I was younger. Everything was different back then. These days, you can't say a word without offending someone. That's very true, Chloe. I think I heard the rumors and in his heart suspected, but he had to backtrack because he didn't want to accuse somebody of something. Yeah, like Perry, I think like the audio recording that he has, he says, like, I don't know if it's true or not. That's why I didn't release it. No one would believe him. He always he was high, pink hair, tattoos. Sam, what do you mean? I'm sorry. Jeffrey 100% would say something if he had any information. But again, Perry, if he's not sure that it's true or not, like, I mean, let's be honest. If anybody could battle it out and like take each other to court, it could be Jeffrey and James. Like, I know that Jeffrey probably Well, no, we know that Jeffrey has more money, but I mean, it's not like James is broke either. He'd be able to take it to court if he wanted to. Jeffrey's on a podcast. Yeah, Courtney, he was on Mom's Basement on Keemstar's podcast. What do you think about the Bad Baby drama? She just needs to like not be on like lives because she says like the dumbest things. Like she literally could have just issued a statement and be like, hey, like I did a photo shoot. This is the kind of like hair and makeup they put me in. Yes, it's tanner than I normally am, but no, I am not trying to do anything that, you know, people are accusing me of. But instead she goes on to like a live and just says like the dumbest things possible. Who Framed Roger Rabbit is PG and that's bad. Oh yeah, I agree, Kellyanne. I remember watching that movie. I mean, you watch it again today, and it's like, how is this PG? Hubs in law enforcement. He said it's hard to investigate hearsay. There needs to be a pattern and actual victims filing the reports. Yeah. So Alex, I agree. Like, even if like he or somebody in the band would have like filed a report with each county or state that they felt that there was some kind of inappropriate behavior in, then he could have turned around and said, look, I have like 15 different reports filed in 15 different states or counties all about this. Like, this is showing a pattern of behavior. So let my son listen to on the dance floor. If I had to know what was going on, my son wouldn't have listened to it. I mean, Nana, and like my parents didn't know what I was listening to. And they just literally just bought me the CDs. I mean, let's be honest, like, no, like a lot of parents don't like the kind of music that their kids listen to. So do you actually want to sit there and listen to it to find out if you think that they should be listening to it or not? I feel like if you have done your job, I guess, if you haven't, like, I shouldn't say done your job, but if you as a parent have raised your kids and like how you want them to be, I don't think that specific kinds of music or specific kinds of video games, you know, will turn your child into being a terrible person. Like, I don't believe that music, you know, does that. I'm sure some people will argue like, well, it does have some kind of influence. And yes, I can agree with that, but listening to a certain like band or like anything like that is not going to completely erase everything that you have been taught growing up and like, you know, your personal moral compass. Like, I mean, that's my opinion though. I mean, I should probably stop before I cancel myself. I do think that people need to forget about Jeffrey and focus on Davi for now. Yeah, Perry, see, I agree. Like, everything on my timeline now is like Jeffrey this, Jeffrey that, Jeffrey did this, Jeffrey did that. Like, I do not see a single tweet on my timeline anymore about Davi. And I'm like, if you want to cancel Jeffrey, fine, like, cancel Jeffrey. But why is the attention not still on Davi and just on Jeffrey? Anyone remember Sublime? If I wasn't ready for day, I would. If it was actually, I don't remember that lyric, but I remember the band. This is showing me that Jeffrey has a pattern when it comes to others doing better than him. Yeah, Sherry, I can see that too. It was relevant to have underage women backstage as far as back as Kenny Rogers' stage hands really asked your age. Okay, vegan, now I understand what you're saying. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Excuse me. Have you been watching the Shannon Lester drama? Perry, I have not. That is something that I do want to look into, but I would, you know, spent like, oh God, like 5 or 6 hours like going through that Chris Hansen interview, cutting the clips that I wanted for it. And so I had to like constantly go back and like, okay, I want this, take this out, I want this, take this out. So I haven't really looked into that yet. Oh, well, thanks, Kellyanne. I like quarantine hair. Well, thank you, Cheryl. I know, like, I'm like, okay, how many more days do I go before I finally shave it off? Oh my God. I have no friends that follow the drama. I'm so sad. Oh, well, Perry, I'm always here following the drama. Oh, Flavor Rock Love. Yes, I remember. I know, Ashley. Those are like my favorites. Oh, oh my God. Where'd the chat go? Oh God. How far off am I? Okay, I'm way far off. Okay, I'm catching up, you guys. I'm sorry. My question is, where were the parents of these kids? Because the age 13, 18s cannot make adult decisions like consensual or consent for sex relations. Stephanie, I mean, how many times do parents, just take their kids to the mall and drop them off and say, okay, call me when you're done, or take them to a movie and say, okay, call me when you're done. Same thing goes to concerts. Like you take your kids to a concert, not all the parents stay and go to the concert. They drop their kids off and say, okay, call me when the concert's over and I'll come pick you up. I mean, unfortunately, that's what happens. I mean, I'm not saying that parents are, bad parents for doing that. They are putting the trust in their kids, but unfortunately, you can't trust who your kid is around all the time. Do you think that this cancellation culture is tied to the presidency? No, Sam, it's been going on for a while. I remember being 16 at the stage order for a particular professional wrestler. It was in the 80s. And what we did was not illegal, but he didn't know my age, and I was starstruck. Oh, Kate, that's interesting. Hopefully you are okay. Let's see here. I get some are more mature, but obviously these kids didn't understand exactly what was happening to them. Yeah, I can definitely see that too, Stephanie. That's what he does. He always has the actual receipts, but they're never there. I guess they need to go back to court. I mean, it could. I mean, I think we're gonna lead to a court case here, Sarah, for sure. I'll take you to the candy shop like you live my lollipop. Inappropriate. Yep. Mm-hmm. I really think that the age of consent should be after 20, to be honest. I mean, Perry, but that's still not going to stop people. Let's be honest. It's not. I remember I was at a Green Day concert and Billy Joel showed off his D. Yeah, Courtney, I mean, the stuff that happens at concerts, like, it's going to happen, unfortunately. But, I mean, you would think that the people who are performing, would be respectful of the people in the audience because you don't know the ages of the people in the audience. Like, at this point in time, that happens now. You could be charged with a case of inappropriate exposure for every single person that's in the audience. So you're looking at, 20,000 cases of indecent exposure. I don't think that sometimes people think about the actions that they're doing at all. And it's because they're like, I'm a celebrity, I can get away with what I want. And it's absolutely disgusting. Children are not adults at 18. They're still young and transitioning to adulthood. I mean, yes and no. I mean, it all comes down to, everyone's different, unfortunately. I mean, I know people who are 28 and still act like a child. And they do like the dumbest things that I don't even see some like 18-year-olds doing, and they're 10 years older. So, I mean, you can't put really an age on like, okay, well, now you're accountable for your actions. I think, you should always be accountable for your actions. My daughter would be 10 next. My daughter would be 10 next. My daughter will be 10 next month. I can't imagine her being in a situation where I leave her alone for a second, especially at a concert, kickback party, or whatever. Yeah, I mean, I can totally see where you're coming from, Ashley, but also back then, these were different times. I remember as a kid, I would leave the house for, 8, 9, 10 hours at a time. Like we lived down the street from the community pool. So I would just, put my swimsuit on. I had my little season pass and I wouldn't even tell my parents. I would just leave and go to the pool and I'll be gone for like 7, 8 hours at the pool. And they never like questioned anything. I just showed back up. They're just like, okay, well, just make sure you're home by the time that it's dark. That's just the way that it was. And then I think that, with some people with cell phones becoming more prevalent, it's easier for them to be like, okay, I'm just going to drop my kid off and go from there. How make the age of 21? I mean, they did raise the smoking age to 21. If he has a video or any type of receipt that James is a predator, then he should take it to the police, not Twitter. He's trying to have a reason to why he did the JC stuff, but he can't admit that he lied. Yeah, no, so I could see that. I mean, he could probably just take this audio recording to the police and say, hey, like, I have this kind of information about this person. I don't know if it's true or not, but if you want to look into it, here's the thing. But the thing is, though, is that information coming from Jeffrey and not the actual source, they would then have to go and talk to the actual source. And if the actual source denies, like, no, that's not what happened, then there's no case. A lot of adults have a lot of growing up to do. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Sorry, I'm like really far behind in the chat. We have kids that can't behave, and we have adults judging kids' bodies, which is creepy. Yeah, 100. Yeah, Sherry, that's gross. Like, I saw those tweets from Charlie D'Amelio where she was saying, hey, make sure or stop like shaming my body or whatever. Sorry. Like, nobody should be like attacking Charlie D'Amelio for her body. Like, just like nobody should also be attacking Lizzo for her body. Like, why do people just have to always have a reason to hate on people? Okay, sorry, I'm trying to catch up in the chat here, guys. A little off. What do you think about people who choose not to disclose things about themselves and deceive others into being intimate? I mean, Perry, I guess that's a touchy subject. I mean, depending on who it is, what they're not disclosing. There's a lot of different scenarios for that. Music doesn't make people terrible. Rock music isn't satanic. Exactly, Kat. Like, I mean, I was just rewatching like that 70s show the other day. Like, how many of the parents in the 70s thought that, Kiss was the devil and like they didn't want their kids listening to Kiss's music? I used to play GTA Vice City with my dad when I was about 12. Yeah, I mean, violent video games don't make people violent. I'm sorry. Like, that thing, that narrative is just so wrong. I played nothing but like Team Fortress and Counter-Strike, Mortal Kombat, like stuff like that all when I was growing up. Doesn't make me a terrible person. And oh, hey, Dustin. God, how old is that message? I don't even know. I don't have a timestamp here. Davi's the bigger problem. Yeah, I 100% agree. Davi's the bigger problem. I mean, it could change. Didn't Eminem write a song about a guy that was a fan who went crazy over him? The guy shot Christian Grimmie, a fan. Yeah, 100%, Melissa. I agree. Oh, love the candle. Oh, thanks, Dustin. Okay, I jumped all the way down to the bottom of the super chat or of the thing here because my thing is going. Okay. Yeah, I mean, oh my God, I am like so. I can't even find where I left off. But yeah, I mean, like that's where the whole stand, like, like the whole stand thing came from. Like, oh, I stand this person, I stand that person, or like, oh, we stand. That comes from that Eminem song. Yeah, Dustin, I think I fixed my bed like 4 videos ago. You and Nick are so far behind. Oh, and then like, okay, let's see. What is this? Is that just a shadow? I don't know what that is. It's not a stain that Nick likes to think that it is. I swear it's just the light coming off the lamp or something. Because there's like, more up here too. I think it's just the way that the light reflects on the bed. Anyways, I'm gonna start drawing attention to that now. Because now Nick's gonna be like, oh, look at there's more stains. Okay. Isn't your state opening up? Vegan, not that I know of yet. What's wrong with the bed? Apparently it was like a lopsided, Perry. As for the bed issue, was caused from bed quilt. Yeah, Chloe, I think it was the plaid quilt as well. I mean, maybe I'll take it off and I'll wash it, but like I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing like an actual stain on it. I think it's just the way that the light's hitting it. But whatever. Some people need to watch interviews on the victims because I can definitely tell. Well, I haven't. The victims ask people to do that before speaking on it because it's not helping with them. Yeah, I agree, Nessa. And that's like with people like, coming in, like leaving the comment on my comment section saying like, oh, well, like this, Damien said that Jeffrey saw, but then also in that same interview said, well, I don't know who saw what. So, I mean, that's where like I'm getting confused. Like, okay, you're saying that 100% Jeffrey saw, and then you're saying like, okay, you don't know who saw what. So I'm just confused. I think some subjects are tabooed, but certain conversations need to be had with your children. Consent being the most important, and emphasizing your body, your decisions. Yeah, 100%, Perry. Like, I mean, people need to not be scared to have these inappropriate talks with their kids. Like, it's the better, the more you have it, and the more like understanding and like all this other stuff that you can be with them, the better. Like, I don't know. That's just my thought, though. Yes, Tara, yes, she did. But she had a pasty on it. Your frontal cortex doesn't fully develop until 25. That is very true, Coffee. Unless you're on a military base here, it's still 18, but in town it's 21. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that the military had a separate law for that. Parents who raised us in the 70s and later would be locked up now. Right, Vegan? Yeah, like, I mean, it'd be like child neglect. Yeah, be home before the streetlights came on was what we were told as children and teens. Yeah, 100%. Same here. I went to the Milli Vanilli concert. Yes, I did. Fourth row. When the concert was over, some guy came and tapped me on my shoulder and pointed to the stage. And I looked at Milli Vanilli waving. Oh, well, I'm like, Milli Vanilli is just like a whole nother subject, and like them like losing their Grammy and all that stuff. I would leave, ride a bike everywhere. No cell phones. Call in, check in, but a concert. That sounds a little sketch. 10 seems a little bit young. 15 of that were trustworthy. Yeah, that's true, actually. But I mean, some parents are just like, go. It's fine. Hey, Marianne, how are you? Okay, I think I'm finally catching up here. And at me, and I waved back, and it was weirded out. The guy said, "Why don't you go down and say hi?" I said I had a curfew and left. I could have been a groupie. Yikes. Ooh, yeah. And I mean, that's what they do say. I'm like, oh, go say hi to the band. They want you to come backstage and meet them. And then you put yourself in a position to be vulnerable, unfortunately. Have you heard about North Korea possibly be dead from Pentagon officially releasing UFOs videos? Chantal, yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's like 2020 is just crazy. My father swore Kiss was the devil. That was going to hell for listening to Metallica, right? I mean, like every generation, parents think that their music is terrible and is the devil. Like, my parents absolutely hated the music that I listened to, and they thought that the music, like, words were completely inappropriate. And now that I'm an adult, my parents swear more than the music that I was listening to. Satanic Panic was huge in the 80s. Mm-hmm. Rocky Horror Picture Show was a major problem for its time. I love that musical, right, Cheryl? And like, even today, like, I mean, people have a problem with it because when people go and like they dress up for it, they're like, "Oh, you shouldn't be dressing like that. That's inappropriate." But yet, people have been like doing that for the past like what? What's that show? It's like, God, did that come out in the was that in the 60s? No, 70s. It wasn't the 80s. I think it was Rocky Horror was the 70s, wasn't it? Oh, thanks, Chloe. I know. My background is beautiful. I don't care what anybody says. But I'll switch it up every once in a while. I'll add some new things and switch some things out. You don't believe the box when my games came in. It's ridiculous. Oh no, Smudge. Is it okay though? Did you get everything already? I remember when Madonna Justify My Love and like prayer videos were controversial, and I watched them and wonder what all the fuss is about. Yeah, like Brie, was it the Justify My Love video? Was that the one that you had to buy on VHS because MTV refused to air it? At this point, I'm just sticking to make fun TikToks, crocheting, lace umbrellas, and knit blankets, and playing video games. That sounds like a good idea, Sherry. Pepsi canceled her for it. Oh, Madonna Brie. Mm-hmm. But then, like you look and then they for that and then they go and like they sponsor Britney Spears, 20 years later, and she's doing the exact same thing. So that things change with the times. Just buy a green screen. Actually, I'm thinking about it. I need to get a new chair, and like I'm gonna probably just like order like a green screen. Maybe I'll just record what this looks like and just put the green screen behind me and just have it go there. But then I also have to remember not to wear anything green. I also do need to get a different camera then to be able to do that, but that's fine. Madonna was so controversial. It's what I liked. It's what her career is based on. 100% Smudge. But there's a difference between being controversial and there's a difference between being inappropriate with people. Let's be honest. There's two completely different things. You can be controversial as long as it doesn't involve other people, if that makes sense. Madonna did it for controversy and publicity, just like these YouTubers today. And she got pregnant and cleaned right up. Rhea Light, Confessions on a Dance Floor, my favorite albums for the 90s. Yeah, and like everybody in the 90s like switched, the 80s to the 90s music completely different. Like she was keeping up with the times too. She had her controversial moment and then she went into more like of the pop like kind of moment. Um, 80, 79. Rocky Horror was in 79. Oh, 1975. Okay. I was going to say, I didn't think that the 60s sounded right, but I knew it wasn't the 80s. Okay, 70s. Okay. Can we just get a printout of Adam and Eve logo in the background? I mean, we could, Sherry, but then I could have like Adam and Eve over here and then like 50% off one order over here. I don't know. Hey, Lainey, how are you? I used to peek around the corner when my mom and her friends would watch Porky's. Oh, Terrence, you That's bad. You're bad. I've watched horror movies and reading horror novels ever since elementary school. It takes a lot to shock me these days. I mean, just turn on the news. The news is shocking enough, anyways. Like, the news is worse than any horror movie than you can ever watch. One game left. The box would have the console minus the console's box. I'm confused, Smudge. They changed, but remain the same. Oh, I think so. MTV would air it. Nightline on NBC actually showed it first. Yeah, I mean, she was all about controversy back in the day. I'm gonna go back to work. Have a great night, everybody. Oh well, thanks for stopping in, Alex. Hey, Gail, how are you? Off to bed now. Wish everyone. Thanks for stopping in, Cheryl. Have a great night. Basically, own your own controversy, but don't be someone else's. 100%, Terrence. Like, if you want to be controversial, fine, but don't try to drag other people into it with you. Controversial, an Ozzy show. See, I loved the Osbournes, but when Ozzy bit the head off that bat on his stage, do you hold everybody else accountable for him doing that? That was on stage with them or with him, or do you hold the person who did it accountable, even though he technically didn't know what he was doing? But let's let's see. How do I? Okay, get rid of that. Okay. Did that work? Okay. What's the topic? Glenn, we're talking about pretty much everything. Right now we're talking about just, I don't even know what we're talking about. I'm reading a lot of reading a lot of random things. Let's talk about terms. How, what? What? Race? I'm not really sure what you mean. That's how artists grow. They move and do things to change. Exactly, Lee. I mean, they all do. I mean, you have to be able to grow and change, otherwise you're never going to be successful. Glenn, right now we're just talking about, how people change and how inappropriate things were in like the 70s and 80s, or how things were in the 70s, 80s would be considered inappropriate now. But that's just the way that everything goes. Let's see here. Cat, sorry. I was on it. I was a little slow. The trolls are called out from other rocks. Yeah, it happens. I mean, usually we're pretty good about not having very many trolls in here, so. Ozzy allegedly appeared on the Alamo in Texas, and Texas banned him. Oh yeah, Bree. Yep, I believe that's 100% true. I love bats that eat mosquitoes, and any animals that helps out. It's a great animal, and they're super cute. Yeah, but I mean, do you hold that person who did that action accountable, or do you hold everybody else on that stage accountable for what that one person did? I mean, that's where the whole thing with the Jeffrey video is going. Like, he should be held accountable for Dobby's actions because he was on that stage. Was your haircut appropriate in the 70s? I think my haircut is almost getting to like a 70s look. I'm doing a bad job about it. It's okay, Caitlin. I'm having a hard time keeping up with the chat myself. So, hey, Bonnie, how are you? Yeah, Nana, I believe, he was even he was arrested for it and everything. It also wasn't a bat. It was a dovey hit bit the head off of. That makes sense. Not that it makes any better, but it's true. Oh. See, Lee, I always thought it was a bat, but I could be wrong. Wasn't Ozzy wearing Sharon's wedding dress when he peed on the Alamo? I mean, Brie, I wouldn't be surprised. Was animal abuse agencies even a thing in the 70s, though? I'm 100% sure they were, Lainey. 100% sure. Like as common as they are now. Yeah, Lainey, I'm sure that they were around, but I doubt that there were as many. Facts are still facts, Lee. I mean, facts are facts. Okay, I see the point you were trying to make in your video from the other day. Okay, well, thanks, Courtney. I mean, I try to, when I say something in my video, I try to make it as clear as possible, but sometimes that's not always the case. Like, I think that I am explaining things how I think that everyone will understand them, but, that's not always the case. I'm trying to steal my girls. What do you mean, Sherry? Who am I stealing? It was a bat. He had to have rabies shots afterwards. Okay, yeah. See, I thought so too. I looked it up. I remember I was live then. He was so loaded. Oh yeah, I've seen like multiple interviews where he said like he like snorted a line of ants or something. Like it's just insane. Oh, I'm glad you're doing okay, Glenn. Oh, I thought you said you're well, honey. What is going on today? We are here in New Jersey. Nothing is open unless it's Walmart or pharmacies and the hair salon. But hair salons, nope. Nail salons not open. Well, I mean, you don't need your hair done or your nails done at this point in time. Let's be honest. Oh, the Bat and the Ozzy thing. It was supposed to be fake, but it was a real bat at the time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like he purposely did it. It was supposed to be like a stage prop, but they ended up putting a real bat in there and not a fake one. Wait, it wasn't at the Alamo, somewhere else. He got drunk, stole his wife's wedding dress, and went out. I mean, who knows all the things that he did? I was gonna say, and it was a different thing, Jeffrey. Simply due to people not being aware that you could call these agencies / law places opposed to early 2000s. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you should always report anything that you believe is inappropriate. Like, let's be honest. What did you think he was gonna get from the ant? I don't know, Chloe, but it just happened. Sort of the line of ants. Well, he was totally looking at her. Oh my God, Sherry, right? It's 5 o'clock somewhere, I guess. Yeah. It's always I mean, it's 5 o'clock in California right now, actually, Terrence, or on the East Coast. Hey, Mickey, how are you? You should watch a Netflix show. I forgot about what the band was, but the Ramsey Bolton actor is in it, and Ozzy has that ant scene. Actually, what show? Let me know if you remember what show it is. Well, no one was answering the guy, Reese, who keeps asking why your hair is that way. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could, try to cut it myself, but what's the point? Oh, well, thanks, Dev. I'm getting my hair. Or if getting my hair done puts someone else's life in danger, I can wait. Exactly, Lee. I'm not too worried about getting my hair done. And even after the we start going back to work or whatever, the last thing I'm gonna do is go and get my hair done because I don't need to be sitting somewhere where somebody's literally like breathing on me while it's happening. You can't really wear a mask while you're getting your hair cut. Ozzy put out a plushie of the bat last year to commemorate the instance. I just looked it up. Oh, interesting. The candles vanilla scent, scented like vanilla. Richard, the candles are fake. Salons open if they could get a safety plan for the health department. They're definitely not able to make as much money. I mean, but getting your hair done is not like an essential need at this moment. Let's be honest. How's Ozzy doing these days? He was just on like an award show with Sharon. I mean, I don't know. He's Ozzy still. He's still going though. The Ant thing was the Dirt Motley Crue film. Okay. Well, yeah, and I like remember. I don't know if it's like I think Ozzy did like a behind the music for VH1 for Black Sabbath, or if it was just like Ozzy Osbourne behind the music, where he went through and he like told a bunch of these stories too. That's where I remember hearing it from. Unusually had a higher infection rate than NY yesterday, so we aren't opening salons anytime soon. Oh no, vegan, stay safe. That's scary. If I had insects fly in my nose and I didn't see anyone could snort them. What? I don't see how anyone could snort them. Yeah, I don't know. Brie, he was on a lot of different substances. Sorry, that was my explanation of anything, but the Motley Crue. Okay, gotcha, Ashley. Hey, Kathy, how are you? My state has made masks and made it public mandatory. Well, that's good, Gail. I actually saw someone remasking their haircut today on the news. Looked very awkward. Yeah, I mean, do you need your haircut? Like, no one needs to get their haircut. It's ridiculous. Half the world away. I'm lost. I found out the bowl. I'm a tattoo artist up their shop, but they work in a very sterile environment and always wear masks. Anyways, I know my tattoo artist quarantine himself in between clients. I mean, I guess if you're quarantining yourself in between clients, but I'm like, why is it like so necessary to, get a tattoo? Like, you can get that afterwards. Let's be honest. Only spoken words I understand. Sharon, right, Terrence? I know. The Osbournes was such a good show. I love that show. By shampoo grow long. Cause I mean, I'm wondering at this point, like, do I just like, who knows how long I'm going to be in lockdown? I mean, I could just grow out my hair and like, excuse me, get it long enough to maybe like shave off and donate it at this point. They confirmed he has Parkinson's disease. Ozzy has Parkinson's disease, vegan. Brad Mon on YouTube has videos on how girls to cut girls' guys' hairs. Legit cut my son's daughter the other day. Yeah, I mean, does he have a tutorial on how to do it yourself? Because I got to do it myself. Hey, Monita, how are you? Oh, good to hear you're doing good, Kathy. Ozzy's daughter was on season 2 of The Masked Singer. Why can't I think of her name? There's Jack, Sharon, Kelly. There we go. Yes. Well, and Kelly Osbourne had like an actual singing career. She had an album come out. She had a couple of songs that made it onto the radio. It was a great show. Jack has an awesome ghost show right now. Yeah, I saw that too, that he has that. And his dad's on. I don't know if his dad's in every episode. I saw a episode that his dad was on, but I'm not sure if he's on like every episode. Grow your hair out, style it differently, throw everyone off. I mean, I don't know, like, and I like it's just so much right now. Literally, like I could just, I don't know. I'm thinking about just keep growing it out and then donating it after all of this. I don't know how long it has to be. How long does your hair have to be able to donate it? Excuse me. She had a number one hit cover with Savage Changes with her dad. Yeah, sure. I forgot that she had that too. Yeah, and then Ozzy just released another song like not too long ago with Post Malone. I think we need a Bruce Exotic haircut. I know, Terrence. I was thinking about just shaving down the sides, keeping the top. I could get some like at home bleach and. I guess as long as they're not coming home with the grandparents like that is none of my business. The only reality shows that I watched was House of Cards. I never watched House of Carters. Simple. I love The Simple Life, and I didn't watch Newlyweds either. I need at least 12 inches of virgin even length hair to donate. What does virgin mean? Like not dyed? Is that? I'm assuming it means like not dyed, like not chemically treated in any way. Is that what you mean by virgin? Sorry, I thought I heard something. Okay, not dyed 10 inch. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna get that long then. I mean, it's only like I don't know how long it is at this point. It's probably only like 3 or 4 inches. That would mean I need to be in quarantine for like another 6 months. Hair can't be treated in any way. No dye, burn, bleach. People should do that, etc. Oh, yeah, there's nothing in my hair. This is like my natural gross hair. Dye it platinum blonde and spike it. I mean, I could. I mean, this would be the time to like do anything crazy with my hair that I wanted since I'm not, working on a regular basis. Although there's no hair requirements for my job either. It's just that my hair is like so thick. It would take like so much dye to like do it because every time I go and I get my hair cut, every person who's ever cut my hair is like, oh my God, your hair is so thick. I've seen hair like as thick as yours before. You're never going to have to worry about hair loss because your hair is so thick. And I'm like, I know, please thin it out because it's a lot. I'm a sucker for blonde. Oh, really, Kathy? Uh-oh. All right, I'm going to go get some more water and I will be right back. Oh, thanks for stopping in, Lainey. We'll see you later. Okay. Oh, well, Glenn, I definitely do not have one of those. People keep acting stupid. It'll be quarantined for another 6 months. Yeah, that's very true, vegan. I mean, the fact that I saw like a video the other day, people like out again, still protesting the virus. I'm like, you realize that like you protesting the virus doesn't cancel the virus. It doesn't make the virus go away. Like you can't get the virus kicked out of office. You can't get the virus fired. Like protesting the virus does nothing except for prolong or increase the amount of exposure that is happening. And yes, like this is going to be something that we're going to be dealing with like forever. It's going to be like they're saying that it's pretty basically like a new form of the flu, like where it's going to always be around. But if you stay home, you let people like do their jobs, try to figure out how to get a vaccine for it, all that stuff, then we can go from there. And I think someone in here needs a timeout for 6 months. Oh no, Terrence, who needs a timeout for 6 months? Ontario is closed until Doug Ford says otherwise. Our governor said to be on lockdown till at least the 31st of May. If you can, anyways. It's not a mandatory lockdown. It's just a preference lockdown. I've been quarantined for almost 2 years with a jerk. Thanks to a jerk with a moving truck, I've been chronically ill. I'm a high risk. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mickey. Green Mohawk? Ooh, I don't know, Chloe. That's a lot. The virus is kind of the James Charles is what you're saying. I don't understand that, Terrence. Some Americans have questionable intelligence. They give you guys a bad name. Yeah, that's very true, Glenn. Very true. It's sad to see people protesting. Yeah, 100%. Like, and I understand that people like we want to get back to work. We don't want a free handout. But here's the thing, just take the free handout for like the 2 to 4 weeks that they asked you to do to begin with, and then there wouldn't have been a problem. But people were just automatically protesting it, and it's making everything worse. It's a Trump virus. Hello, sorry, I had to make a joke. Really happy that the spread has gone down in Sydney. Oh, well, that's good. Vaccine will probably take about 18 months. Yes, but I mean, thankfully, since they had all the data and information from China, they were able to get like a head start on it. So, I mean, it'll be here. I feel like it'll be processed and made sooner than normal. It's a Cheeto at this point. I mean, hasn't he always been a Cheeto? Do you want to take a free handout or do you want to be dead? Exactly, Lee. Right? Like, I understand that you don't want a free handout, but if this is what we need to do to be able to figure out like how we can help stop the spread of this and everything, take the free handout for the month that the government like need you to not be around people, and then we can get back to normal. But no, people had to go and protest. People had to say no, like I'm not going to do it. It's just so stupid. What do you say? So what do you say? You can't ban if it's copyrighted half of the world. I don't know what you're talking about, Richard. I'm sorry. I got kicked out, but you can't keep me away. What happened, Sam? Did you get like disconnected? I'm gonna do laundry, finish straightening. Oh, well, thanks for stopping in, Marianne. Have a good night. They opened up some parks here in New Jersey. So sad. Oh, well, I mean, like, is it the parks that are open or like the actual like playgrounds? Because I saw some places they will like allow you to be in the park area to be able to get outside of your house, but like the actual like physical playground equipment is off limits. There's no J in my name, so I'm safe. Oh. And most of these protesters were Trumpsters. He encouraged them. Yeah, like, and plus, if you're going to go and protest something, make it a protest about the actual thing that you're protesting. Don't make it a political rally. I'm going to protest. You're going to protest a protest, sort of like DC's that cover DC's. Oh, God. Are you going to have like a anti-protest protest, Terrence? These protesters are probably the same people who made a bunker stockpile of food and guns to hide out for years, but a month of being at home, they can't stand it, right? I totally can understand with you there, right? Like the doomsday preppers, playgrounds. See, I could understand having like the grass area up, but the physical playground equipment should not be accessible or open. People are just bored today, aren't they? As long as you protest the protest from inside, right? Exactly, Chloe. Terrence, make sure you protest from like put a sign up on your window. Wait, who are you waiting? Or who are you wanting to protest now? He's just gonna protest the protest. All right, Terrence, you're on. At least I think I did it. Hopefully it worked. And the J-Star thing over with now. No, Kathy, it's like nowhere over. Okay, Terrence, say something in the chat. I wanna. Okay, there we go. Well, and just like when I went to go get some water, I was thinking the other just like how Jeffrey's being associated with Dobby's actions and all that stuff. Like the fact that people are now like attacking poor little Morgan Adams, who like never does anything wrong, anything inappropriate. She just always tries to put out like fun, like kind of content. They're attacking her because she did a video with Trisha Paytas, because Trisha decides that her entire channel is going to be about trolling or like whatever. And so they're saying like, okay, Morgan, you're responsible for Trisha's behavior, when that is not the case. Like, Morgan is not responsible for Trisha's behavior. Trisha is a grown woman who's 31 and chooses to put out the content that she chooses to put out. Nobody is responsible for Trisha's behavior other than Trisha. Can you choose to not like Trisha? Absolutely. But her behavior is not Morgan's thing. You can't hold Morgan accountable for Trisha's behavior. Like, I hate it when people do stuff like that. Sorry, sometimes when I read those troll comments, I don't know if they're serious comments or not, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. Terrence has got this, though. One politician said protesters dress up in scrubs and wear masks so we can't tell the difference between them and healthcare workers. That's disgusting, Brie. 100%. Oh my god, I feel so bad for Morgan. She's so sweet. Yeah, like, this is not Morgan. Like, Trisha's actions are not reflective of Morgan. Trisha's actions are reflective of Trisha and Trisha only. Well, thanks, Kathy. No, it was a fake bat. Sam, what was a fake bat? Like the Ozzy Osbourne thing? Like it was supposed to be a fake bat, but it was not. Excuse me. I need to improve my reflexes, become more effective as a mod. Need more gaming time. All right, Smudge, you get that gaming time going. But I'm glad that you got everything, and that came super fast. Anyone who goes for Morgan has issues. Yeah, I completely agree. Like, I mean, Morgan, like, I don't think any of Morgan's videos that she put out have ever been inappropriate. But like, she got in trouble for that video. She got in trouble for like, was it like they kicked me out video or whatever? Or like, was it Rylan who got in trouble for like kicking Morgan out of the house when they had already decided that she wanted to move out, and they were like, okay, if you want to move out, that's fine, we'll support you that, but you don't have to. But they made a video like saying like they kicked her out when they really didn't. It was something that they already planned. And like, I understand that, clickbait, whatever, but like, come on. Some of these people are just like looking to attack people for no reason. I wonder who started the Morgan drama. I haven't seen anything bad said about her. Courtney, it was just all the comments that were left underneath her video that she did, like where she wore Trisha's clothes for a week. Like, if you have an issue with Trisha, you have an issue with Trisha, but Morgan hanging out with Trisha doesn't say that Morgan is reflective of Trisha's actions. The only one who could be held accountable for Trisha's actions are Trisha. Period. That's like saying like anybody that you're friends with, you are held to like accountability for all their actions. So if any of your friends do anything inappropriate or break the law, it's like you did the exact same thing. And that's not true. That's not how life works. I won't lie, I haven't looked into the Morgan drama. I mean, Terrence Dustin did a video about it. I think Nick did a video. I'm pretty sure Nick did a video about it too. Unless it's clear, I hate doing it. Yeah, and sometimes I just don't understand how to read too, vegan. Do you have reflex? I don't at the moment, Kathy. I just have the hiccups. It was wrong. It was a bat. And the birds was in the office. My bad. It's okay, Lee. No problem. Although I had a cameo. Oh, you had a cameo in the video, Terrence? People are so too invested in social media and taking other people's actions to heart. Like, I can understand not being happy with what somebody does. Like, I understand, like, Trisha has done and said inappropriate things on her channel. I'm not trying to say that she hasn't. But to say that Morgan is responsible for what Trisha does is not true. No matter what anybody ever wants to say, it's not true. Sent you DMs about Ozzy. Okay, Sam, I'll check those out. Morgan was probably an easier target than Trisha. Oh yeah, like Trisha wouldn't have responded. Trisha wouldn't have said anything. Or if anything, Trisha would have put him on blast and say, "Oh, you want to try to like attack me? I'm just gonna attack you back then." But Morgan issued like an actual like notepad apology statement saying, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend anybody. This video was filmed 2 months ago." Like, it's ridiculous. Guilty by association. Yeah, but I mean, that's just so stupid to try to hold somebody accountable for somebody else's actions that you have nothing to do with. I mean, there's plenty of people then I'd be able to call out for actions that they have said or done in the past that people just agree with and say, "Oh no, it's fine." Like, let's be honest. The video, sorry, 2 months ago. Yeah, the video was 2 months ago. I think Ozzy has Parkinson's and his son has MS. Yeah, Sam, I believe that somebody just said that Ozzy was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and Jack, I think, has had MS. I think for like almost 10 years now. I can see why people are upset about Morgan bringing Trisha into her personal life, though. She didn't have to post the video. Morgan knew she was risking posting the video, but did it anyways. Yeah, but I mean, Morgan and like Ryland and Shane, like obviously Morgan's only been on the channel for like, a few months, but those are people that they're actually, acquaintances with off the internet too. Like Shane has been friends with Trisha for years. So obviously Trisha is going to be around Ryland and Morgan. So why would you not want to make a video with somebody who you're close with? Like I doubt that they let a lot of people into their lives at this point since they are such big public figures. So they kind of just keep everything kind of small and in their circle. But I mean, it's like again saying like everybody who you are friends with, if they've done or said anything wrong, you are accountable for their actions as well. And I don't think that that's right. She filmed it 2 months ago and recently posted though, correct? Yes. Tangerine people are just having an issue with because the video was with Trisha. That's the issue. Started filming 2 months ago. Took months break to quarantine and then went back to stay with the guys and finished filming. Smudge, what did you do? Although I'm over Trisha, I used to like her. I mean, there's some things that Trisha puts out, but like a lot of things I don't watch. Like, I think she's reviewed the same spicy chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A now like 4 or 5 times. I'm sure she's gonna say it's like one of her alters who's doing the videos, but I'm just like, I don't need to watch you review the same chicken sandwich 6 times. Write the friends offline, but why bring them into your professional life just because they're your friends in your friends group doesn't mean that they would be involved in company. There would be a line. But I mean, YouTube and social media crosses that line of friendship and business because I mean, everything that you do with your life, you put online. So a lot of times you can't separate things like that, or, you're just like, I don't care. Like, we're friends. If you guys have a problem with it, you have a problem with it. But I don't think that Morgan should have apologized. She is not responsible for Trisha's actions, period. The only one who's responsible for Trisha's actions is Trisha. That would be like saying like a parent is always responsible for their kid's actions. So if the kid goes out and like breaks the law, then the parent should be arrested for it too, because it's the parent's responsibility to raise the kid, right? They're talking about how Nick and Dustin made their channels by talking about others. I just pointed out that they seem to be just fine doing it themselves. Yeah. I mean, well, isn't that like what every drama channel does, though? Sherry, I mean, who knows like how friendly they are off camera. I mean, like I said, Trisha and Shane have been friends for years, so I'm assuming that they do have some kind of connection. Do I think that Morgan and Trisha are best friends? No. But do I feel like they might be like, hey, do you want to go grab a bite to eat or something and catch up? I could see Trisha and Morgan doing that. The whole Trisha DDD really irked me. I've been a huge fan. It just did. Yeah, and I'm not saying what Trisha does on her channel is right at all. Like, but the only one who should be responsible for her actions is herself. Oh, I keep getting the hiccups. People held themselves more accountable. They wouldn't need to grab about others doing it for them. Yeah, true. But if people held themselves more accountable, then I wouldn't have a channel either. The parent would be responsible monetarily for the kid's actions because that's how being a parent works, though. Yeah, but if your child goes out and kills somebody, you don't get arrested for murder because your child committed those actions. You know what I'm saying? You are responsible for your own actions. Hey Rachel, how are you? Hi everyone. I keep informed of Trisha from other channels. I just don't watch her. Trisha really had DID. I don't think sure alters would know the hatred. Yeah, and also like how do they all know her password to her YouTube channel and how to edit a video and post a video? Sorry. I don't understand why people don't like a person or what they do. They seek their content and watch it. Chloe, I don't either. Like if you want to hate watch somebody, you're just giving them more money. Like I don't watch things that I don't want to watch. That's just the way that it is. Like I'm not gonna sit there and hate watch things. Why doesn't anyone else report? Why doesn't anyone else on that tour report why it's only Jeffrey responsible to do that? Yeah, I agree, Lee. Like anybody else on the tour, why is the tour like Warped Tour not being held responsible? They're the ones that booked them. Any tour that booked them should be held responsible because they helped fund their travels across the country. And what the child does to not always link to upbringing. Yeah, 100%, Terrence. Where the hell are these kids' parents? I don't know, Lee. We kind of talked about that earlier too. Chloe motives vary. Sometimes it's to get dirt. Sometimes it's morbid fascination. But there are a host of reasons. That's very true, Smudge. Very true. Hate watching is a complete waste of time. Yeah, but Lee, people do it. People do it. Not true. A friend of mine from a long time ago was convicted of involuntary manslaughter, and they sued the parents, took their house. True story. Kathy, how old was the child? And was that a legal course or was that a civil suit? Because civil suits you can then go after the parent, but usually it has to be the person who committed the crime is the one that gets the punishment. The family of the victim, that is, in a court of law, parents are responsible. The guy was an adult. Yeah, I feel like that would have had to have been a civil case, though, Kathy, and not like an actual like a case brought up by the state. That was a thing that was filed by the victim's family. So the parents aren't going to jail for murder for the rest of their lives, but the family decided to sue them. Like that's something different. That's like with the OJ case, like he was not convicted of murder of Nicole and Ron, but he was found guilty in a civil suit where he had to pay the family money. So two different things. So he didn't serve jail time for that. He just had to pay money. The alters would have probably known about the sandwiches. They could talk about things in the inner world. Also, they don't automatically have the knowledge to do things that they haven't learned to do. See, Mickey, I have no idea about any of that stuff, so I just try to stay out of it. One of the protesters caught it. She's spreading outside. Oh, God, Sam. These protesters are going to be getting everybody sick. Why would she eat the chicken sandwich if she already had a bite out of it? I don't know. I've never had a chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A, so that would be a civil suit, like how OJ's wife, they sued him civilly, even though it's legally acquitted. Yeah, Sherry, that's what I'm thinking too. She used to be a lot of fun, but she's admitted to being in troll. Oh yeah, she'll say like I'm not trolling, and then she knows that she's trolling. There's also that's also true. Not all can talk /seed the altars. Okay. Yeah, I like I said, I know absolutely nothing about any of that, and I'm not even gonna pretend that I do. And we'd be paying the cost of their medical care. Oh, are you talking about the protesters, Lee? I want a spicy chicken sandwich now. I'm sorry, Sherry. I didn't mean to make you want a spicy chicken sandwich. Well, Terrence, I had tacos for lunch. You missed out. I ate them all. And then I made spaghetti for dinner. So I'll be having spaghetti for like the next 4 days again. But I'm going to have to be eating a lot of spaghetti because the smallest thing of Parmesan cheese I could find was like this huge, like 20-ounce thing. And I'm like, oh, great. I'll say, okay, I'll just be eating spaghetti like every other week now. But it's fine because I really wanted spaghetti today, so. Unfortunately, people that hate Trisha are more likely to be the ones giving a majority reviews, which keeps her wanting to troll them. Oh, yeah, like, there's definitely people that hate watch Trish. 100%. Just like there's people who hate watch Nikocado, people who hate watch Amber Lynn. Like, hate watching is a huge, like, thing for people, and I don't understand it. The last thing that I'm going to do is sit down and watch somebody that I hate just to see what they're doing. No, I'd rather spend my time watching somebody or something that I want to, or taking a nap. I'm sorry, Terrence. I'm sorry. I could teach you how to make that at home. Make what, vegan? Mozzarella or Parmesan cheese? I made taco dip, but I'd share, but for some reason this crazy internet won't let objects. Oh no, it's okay, Deb. We'll get some taco dip later. I've never seen a Trisha video unless it was Clips and Drama channel video, and even then it was just too much. I don't really cover a lot of stories on Trisha because all the videos that I did on Trisha either got demonetized or got copyright claimed. So it's like, what's even the point? Nothing wrong with eating lots of spaghetti. All right, I love spaghetti. I love it. And I got some 5 cheese Texas toast, so I'm good to go. Sherry, don't expose me for that. That's mean. I made spaghetti last night. Yeah, good job, Lee. It's a spaghetti kind of week. I don't watch any of these creators you mentioned. I don't see a point in hate watching. Yeah, I don't either. 100%. I don't get it. That's perfect title, Brie. There you go. I'm still concerned that Bruce hasn't ever eaten a Chick-fil-A sandwich. See, I don't know. There's something about a chicken sandwich that I don't know if it's like the chicken on the bun that I don't like. Like I will eat like chicken by itself, and I'll do like a burger. But I have never had like a chicken sandwich ever. Ever. I mean, you can expose me on that I have never had a chicken sandwich. Have you read Jennifer in Herself? Okay, that's for Mickey. I'm going to ask you, where'd you get that jacket? I love how blue it is. I got this at this is from Express like years ago. This jacket's probably like 10, 15 years old, maybe. I think I've only worn it I've worn it more now in my videos than I ever wore it before. Like I've literally probably wore it like 2 or 3 times before I wore it in my videos. But yeah, this jacket's like old. It's like 10 to 15 years old, if not older. Taco chips were the best. I was thinking about making taco meat the other day and like just smothering it on top of some Fritos and putting some cheese on it and then melting the cheese, but I didn't have any Fritos and I'm very sad about it. But I'm going to be doing that probably next week because that sounds really good. Doesn't sound very healthy, but it sounds good. My neighbor did a Taco Bell run for us yesterday. Oh, well, that's nice, Bree. I love chicken burgers, I guess. In the US, you call them chicken sandwiches. I'm assuming they're the same thing, Courtney. Oh, Mishi. Oh, sorry. I know somebody who has their name spelled that exact same way, and they pronounce it Mickey. So Mishi. Got it. You learn something new every day. Chicken sandwiches are basically all I ordered when I ate fast food. It was the only way to get what I wanted. Oh, yeah. See, I don't know. I just never like chicken sandwiches. I don't know. They just creep me out for some reason. Taco Bell has lowest grade ground beef. What dog food has more protein than Taco? See, Courtney, I heard that it's the other way around because once Taco Bell got exposed for having sand in their meat, that they had to go through and like redo all their meat. So I heard that Taco Bell now has like some of the best meat. Sherry, I love Frito pies. Are you talking about like Frito pies from Sonic? Frito pies are amazing. I love Frito pies. Oh, Chantal, I haven't eaten out in over a month now. Like I'm very sad. I miss some fast food, but I mean it's probably better for me. Don't you need to make videos first so you have an audience, Terrence? Oh, that's for Terrence. That's a good. My friend made it up for me. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Mishi got it. Has sand in their meat. Yeah. That was like years ago, but now I heard like after there was that issue, that they had to then like redo their meat supplier, and now has like some like the top grade meat. But again, I mean that could just be a rumor, but that's what I heard. That's what I saw, anyways. We don't have Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, or even KFC. Never had that. We're getting a Chick-fil-A up here finally. It'll be our first Chick-fil-A. Frito pies are amazing. Yeah, I love Frito pies. Frito pies are the best. Bruce has never had a chicken sandwich, but at least he knows what a Frito pie is. Yeah, I love Frito pies. But I mean, I guess if you don't have a Sonic, you probably haven't ever had a Frito pie either. Sand can't be any worse than the pink slime. My parents used to buy that pink slime stuff. I refused to eat it. And then after they all got sick off of it one night, then they were like, okay, yeah, we probably shouldn't get that anymore. I'm like, yeah, that's gross. Excuse me. My throat's getting dry because I'm not used to talking this much because I don't really talk anymore. I should probably like actually call people on the phone and talk to them at some point. I think they were referencing McDonald's chicken nuggets. I love McDonald's chicken nuggets, though, not gonna lie. I love me some Gaines burgers. I've never had a Gaines burger, so I don't know what that is. We make them from scratch, Frito pies. Oh, nicely. I know, I need to make one or some. Hey, Raphael, how are you? Oh, the pink slime is what McDonald's nuggets used to be made of. Oh, I never ate nuggets up until like this year. But like I always had like a burger. Yeah. I never had nuggets until like this year. Nuggets were never my thing, but now I was like, I want some chicken nuggets. Oh, Raphael, I wish I could, but unfortunately I can't. Not during this lockdown. McDonald's nuggets are dry without dipping sauce. Very true, Chloe. Yep. I either need like barbecue sauce or honey mustard sauce. Those are my two favorites. Hey, madame. How are you? No. Well, thanks so much for stopping in. Is this your first time in the live? McDonald's nuggets are comfort food, even if they are trash. Very true. I agree, Chantel. They're probably not the best for you, but they're still good. I miss eating everything at McDonald's. I miss eating them. Everything at McDonald's has soy in it. Oh, can you not eat soy, Mishi? Wait, what? You can actually buy it and eat it? What? What do you mean vegan? I'm confused. Exactly, Terrence, right? Yeah, sure, Raphael, sure. Oh, well, welcome to the live. Hopefully you're having fun. Oh, God, I'm mad at that McDonald's took away my sweet chili dipping sauce. I'm sorry, Sherry, but they'll probably bring it back someday. Maybe. Hopefully. When I visited America, In-N-Out Burger was my life. I've never had an In-N-Out Burger, ever. There's not one near me. Nope. I missed the last few times. It's okay. I missed last week too. I didn't even show up for my live last week. So it's a good thing that I don't like pre-schedule them to start. Otherwise, people would have just been looking at my room for who knows how long. Because I literally slept through it myself. If I see Trisha's boots on my timeline, I'm removing my eyeballs with a spoon. Oh, well, Sam, it's going to happen. So you're probably going to have to just delete Twitter, let's be honest, because she's always going to post stuff like that, and people are unfortunately going to like it and retweet it, and you're going to see it. I saw her the other day, bent over in the shower with a something, getting ready to insert. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's just, hi there, Trisha. Nice to meet you. We have sweet chili here in Germany. Oh, Sherry, looks like you're going to have to move to Germany. The fast food menu for like McDonald's and stuff is massive in America compared to what they have in the menu in Australia. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like, sometimes there's just too many items on a menu, and the fact like Burger King is now selling tacos, and it's like now there's even more like items on a menu. I'm like, I'm so confused. Oh, vegan. Is Madame somebody that you know? Is she famous? Do we have somebody in here that we need that we somebody yeah. Who? What's going on? I'm confused. You could buy the pink slime to eat. That's what she's asking. Well, in my hometown, you could because we had a meat packing plant. We are getting an In-N-Out burger. The pandemic keeps it from opening. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sure like the same thing is going to happen with our Chick-fil-A. We're also supposed to be getting a Dave and Buster's this year too, and it's supposed to open this summer. And I was so excited for it, and I doubt that's going to happen. Ever hear of was it Elot ramen? No. Elodie? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Sherry, I have not. No. We had a search team out for you last week. I know, vegan. I saw the messages or the tweets and the DMs, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I overslept. And mozzarella sticks too. I need to get mozzarella sticks. I need to order groceries tonight because I want to order stuff like mozzarella sticks, stuff that I don't really need, but stuff that I really want. Last time I saw Trisha my timeline, she was tanning wearing a white bikini. Was disturbing. Well, that's not the last time that I saw her. I saw a whole lot more of her the last time I saw her on my timeline. They cut back on the menu items. Oh, have they like reduced menus since everything happened, Lee? I remember back in the late 80s, Burger King had pizza too. Like, your name's Burger King, not Taco King, not Pizza King, Burger King. But also, like, I think doesn't McDonald's have like hot dogs during the summer or something? I don't know. It's so random. Or Burger King in Australia is now Hungry Jack's. Did they just change the name? Is that like the name of the franchise now? Burger King is disgusting. That's why I only make burgers with materials from my own drawer. McDonald's in Thailand and Malaysia have massive menus. They even have fried rice and chicken. I mean, I could understand, like different countries having different things for sure. But I don't know, like I go to them sometimes and they switch up the menus and stuff, and I don't even know where things are anymore. I'm like, this is just too many options. The Chipotle, however, opened just fine. Well, didn't Chipotle just get fined like $12 million for knowingly using expired products in its food? I can barely eat anything from fast food restaurants because of my soy allergy. So I just watched the report of the week and live vicariously. Oh, well, that's no fun at all. I do love In-N-Out, but I prefer the habit. If anyone comes to LA, I highly recommend it. Never heard of it. Always seen commercials for Dave & Buster's, and we don't have one either. I know. I'm so excited for it. So excited. I'm horrified by the thought of anyone buying pink slime. I'm glad you never ate it. Oh, yeah. Thankfully, like, I wasn't living in the house anymore. I just came back for the weekend, and they made, like, this thing of chili, and it just smelled terrible. And I'm like, I'm not eating that. And everybody else in the house ate it, and they all got sick. And I was like, I told you guys not to eat it. It smelled terrible. Pool Exotic, the Taco King. Oh, Terrence. Elode. Okay, it's a way of eating corn on the cob with mayo, cheese, and chili. I saw a video of that going on, and like I don't know, like they had the mayo, like whoever was serving had like the mayo just sitting on the counter and like using it, and I'm like, after you open mayo, doesn't it have to be refrigerated? I'm very like cautious about any of my food because I've gotten food poisoning a few times, and I'm just like, no, like, so now I won't have things put on my food that could potentially lead to food poisoning. So something that needs to be refrigerated is like mayo. Otherwise it spoils. And so any of that stuff, I'm like, nope, none of that goes on my food, nothing. I would rather have my stuff plain and have all the condiments delivered separately and then put them on myself in packets if need be and go from there. I'm one of those people. Nope. because food poisoning is the worst. Apparently, it's a safe franchise, but had to be called Hungry Jacks in Australia, but it's not the same. I miss Burger King. Oh, well, just like they have like Hardee's and Carl's Jr. are technically the same, but I heard that they're not the same. So I've lost 50 pounds since starting getting allergic to soy. So it's kind of a win-win. Okay, well, I mean, I'm sure there's also like, good stuff that you're eating too that you like and enjoy. Unfortunately, you just don't get to eat everything that you used to like. Not a fan of mayo unless it's in ranch dressing. I ate corn on the cob smothered in butter. Oh, yeah, Chloe, that's the best way. Absolutely. Yes, needs to be refrigerated. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, nope. Yeah, as soon as that mayo gets opened, if it doesn't get put in the fridge, well, just like if I'm cooking anything at home, if I'm like eating like a burger or something and I'm making it and I put my like ketchup and mustard on it, as soon as I close the lid, that stuff goes back into the fridge. And then if I decide to like have another one, then I'll open the fridge back up, put it on my burger, and put it back in the fridge. I don't leave anything sitting out. Like my parents would always leave like the milk sitting out on the table during dinner and they'd put it away like after dinner. And I'm like, nope, as soon as I pour myself a glass of milk, the like milk goes right back into the fridge. Butter on corn or just plain corn. Yeah, I love like corn. Corn is the best. Good way to start your journey for taco coat. Right? Yeah, yeah. Terrence is gonna get a Taco Bell coat. I can feel it. I have Crohn's disease. I don't need mayo messing up my life anymore that already has. Oh no. Like does mayo like do something? Like are you allergic to mayo because of that? Old Bay is awesome. I don't know what Old Bay is. Old Bay fries are my favorite, and Old Bay barbecue. We must. I have no idea what Old Bay is. I feel I'm lost and left out, and I'm confused. Some people. I know some people who don't. And I'm like, how can you live here? I've even had Old Bay fudge. Yeah. We need to send you a care box from MD. Yeah, I have no idea what Old Bay is at all. Old Bay chicken wings are delicious. I feel like I'm missing out. I can handle mayo. Milk ruins my whole life, the big time. Oh yeah, no, Amber, I have not had a glass, like drank an actual glass of milk since I was 14. I think was the last time that I probably had milk. I obviously we'll have like dairy products if there's like cheese in it or something, or like a little bit of milk, but I can't do like regular dairy. And so I think the last time that I actually had a bowl of cereal was that same time that I had a glass of milk. So, back when I was like 14. But now I just got finally decided to try like the lactate kind of milk, like 2% milk where they take out like the lactose. And I finally had myself a bowl of cereal for the first time in 21 years. So I was like, oh, although I was like super nervous to try it because I'm like, oh my God, what if I have some kind of like allergic reaction to this or something? Because, that's the first place that my brain goes, like I'm going to be allergic to it or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. So yeah, I had a bowl of cereal for the first time in 21 years. So that was exciting. My dogs are winning. Got to take them for a walk. Love you guys. Oh, well, thanks for stopping in, Chloe. When the quarantine is over, I can start buying some Deadpool masks. Terrence, what are you going to do with Deadpool masks? Old Bay chips, saltwater taffy. I know you're talking before I went vegan, Old Bay cheese doodles. Yeah, I am missing out on Old Bay. I feel like I need to travel and get me some Old Bay. Lactate is a lifesaver. Get the pills and it helps with so much. See, I'm fine with small amounts of dairy. Like I can do like a slice of cheese on something, or like a thing of like Kraft mac and cheese. I can't do like real mac and cheese because that's just like too much dairy. But you know, like small amounts of dairy I'm fine with, but anything other than that, then it upsets my stomach. But yeah, I heard about the pills too, and I'm like, yeah, or I could just get the other one. Oh, Terrence, what are you doing? That's not very nice. Terrence, what did Natasha do? I don't think she did anything wrong. Are you just being mean? I'm not putting this face to camera with that one. Oh, okay, Terrence, that makes sense. I get what you're saying. All Dressed Chips, they were Canadian and amazing. My calcium levels were super low, and the pills helped me get the levels up higher. Oh, okay, because the pills helped take, with the lactose issue, but still help to give you the calcium from the milk. Makes sense. Gotcha. Oh yeah, we hit the 2-hour mark. Oh, okay. Vegan, you are on top of everything. She didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what. I think Terrence is just trying to, get me in trouble over here. Experiment. My mom couldn't do sour cream, but then she could do yogurt for some reason. Cheddar cheese, but not other kinds of cheese. Yeah, I mean, some things work with my body, some things don't. It's super weird. All right, but you guys, we have been here for 2 hours, so I think it's time to call it a day. If you liked hanging out today, don't forget to hit the like button on the way out. I do my lives every Tuesday, so definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, set notifications to all so you get notified of when I upload videos, as well as next time that I go live. Love to have you guys all come back and hang out next week since none of us really have much to do, let's be honest. And at least it gets our mind off of everything for 2 hours. Excuse me. But thanks everybody for stopping in, and I will see you guys all next week, or I will talk to you on Twitter or in the comments of my next video. All right, bye everybody.